On this channel in April, I usually vlog every day for a month. Last April I didn't finish my month of vlogging, and it's just because something happened and I didn't really care about the vlog anymore, and I haven't done much since. And I just wanted to let you know what it was. Do you remember Krysia? She starred in my video, This Video May Contains. It was very unscripted and very silly and a lot of fun. It was 3 years ago. I went through my old hard drive to try and find the footage, the raw footage from before I edited it, to see if I could find a little something in there I didn't upload. And I was very happy to find this after quite a bit of computer forensics.
Edit out the other stuff.
So turn.
Okay, it's totally wrong angle here.
Suck in the top. Shit, I shouldn't say shit like that if it's now on camera. Okay.
So this is camera I have control over, so I can delete it.
Okay, so stand like
Okay. I don't know.
hand,
like that.
hand on your heart.
Is that the right way?
Okay, so now we need a few moments of perfect silence. Are you looking off into the middle distance?
Giggling at myself!
Come on.
Sorry.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land. You thought she was American, but no, she wasn't. You assumed. Do you know what assume means? You make an ass out of you and me. And that was probably too quiet, but that's okay.
You think
Okay.
so?
I think we need to stop it.
Krysia passed away on April 30th, 2014. She was 20 years old. I met Krysia in grade 4. I was late to class and there was no other seats left except the seat next to her. We became quick friends, the way only kids can when they're in grade 4. She was my best friend for 12 years. And I can promise that I will remember every little thing about her, but I'm worried I won't be able to keep that promise. Human memory is not reliable. In many ways, these videos are a bit like a time capsule. I can go back to when I started them and look at snippets of my life. I want to make this video a time capsule as well. And I welcome anyone who wants to upload a video of Krysia to add to the time capsule. It doesn't have to be long, it doesn't have to be hard, it doesn't have to be any particular location, it doesn't have to be anything more than a camera phone. Just turn on the camera and say something about her that puts a smile on your face. I don't know if they do video responses, but you can also post this on her memorial page on Facebook, which is where I'm also going to be posting this video. Hopefully, years down the line, we can look back at this and remember the good times. She played guitar, and I love to hear her sing. She wrote a song in elementary school called The Wind. She didn't like, and she hated that I liked it. I remember memorizing it so I could sing it to her at recess to annoy her. I also liked it, I just memorized it because I liked it. And her response to me taunting her about her song, she came up with a taunt for me. I don't know to this day why this taunt bugged me, but I remember chasing her down the playground to try and get her to stop singing it. And the taunt was, they call her Fred, they call her George, they even call her Ron. That has something to do with that I didn't want to be called a boy or something. And those little Harry Potter characters. But I have quite fond memories of that, so that's good. I wish I'd written down the song called The Wind, because I do not have it. I remember all the late night sleepovers at my house on this old couch that was a pull-out couch in the basement. She usually called it lumpy with affection. I remember when it got changed out to like a good couch. You know, it wasn't lumpy anymore, and we kind of missed our old lumpy couch. I would usually fall asleep first, and then Krysia would finish the episode of Buffy we were watching, and then she'd go to sleep. But then later, like years later, as we started to grow up, it switched, and I'd be the one turning it off after she'd fallen asleep. She enjoyed music. I remember in grade 8, when I first found YouTube, it was a place you could listen to music. It's the first time I discovered music on YouTube. She looked at me with these big eyes and said, "You discovered music," and gave me a big hug. Until that day, I'd only listened to my dad's CDs from the 60s and Disney cassettes my sister had made me. So she had good reason to be so excited. There's one song in particular that I remember from high school called You Put Me in the Magic Position by Patrick Wolf, and it's one of her favorites for so long. I remember her singing nothing else for weeks in high school. And toward the end of high school, I had these intense birthday parties that were like 2 days long, two nights in a row sleeping over at my house. It was like 7 girls, and it was a lot of fun. It involved a lot of caffeine, a lot of sugar, and a lot of friends, late night movies, and strange card games at strange hours of the day. In one of those parties, we were downstairs watching TV, and one of my friends decided to give everyone a massage, and Krysia enjoyed her massage so much that she proposed to my other friend. And it was a running joke for the next year of whose everyone's wife was, and whose everyone's second wife was, and whose everyone's mistress was, and whose everyone's fiance was, because it was just so much fun to have all these fake proposals, and I don't even know, it made no sense to me whatsoever, but it was very funny. And the out of context was really strange, actually. More recently, I got home from work one day, and I found this voicemail on my message machine that was Krysia calling from when she was in Europe, traveling around, and she was so excited. She was freaking out that she'd found me the absolute most perfect thing ever, and she was so looking forward to giving it to me. And it was a wonderful thing to hear when you first get off work, and what it was a fez. It's my Krysia fez. In elementary school, we were at the mall, and we walked into Claire's, and we got these. They're kind of old now, and kind of worn out, because at Claire's, nothing's really built to last. But this one says Friends, and she had one that said Best. Don't know where hers went, but I'm going to keep mine. At my high school graduation, I had those photos done like everybody else does, but I just managed to catch Krysia on her way out the door, and we took this together, though I didn't let her prepare at all, even though I had hair and makeup and a shirt that day, though you can't tell from the photo. So she was wearing a t-shirt with glasses on it, and I don't think she was very happy with me not letting her dress up for the photo, but I just wanted her in my photo. I think I would have been upset with her too if it was the other way around though, so. And this has been in the background of the video the whole time. While she was living with her grandparents, we talked on the phone a lot. And she made this for me. It's Gallifreyan from Doctor Who. And it says, "One may tolerate a world of demons for the sake of an angel." This is the first book Krysia wrote. It's called Misfit Leaves Home. I'm going to read part of it for you. "I have to get off Orchard," Victoria blurted, refusing to let the tears flow. "Why?" Amel asked softly. "You have a good life here, a home, a family who loves you. Why throw that away?" There was a slight tone of resentment in his voice. "My home is like a prison full of empty rooms and halls. My mother is slowly going insane, and my brother hates me." She bit her tongue to distract herself. "If I stay here, I'll end up in a loveless marriage, or as a weary sister." Her hands were shaking. She had never been so open about her fears before. Amel was quiet, processing her honesty. "What do you want me to do?" Amel asked. "Teach me to fly a ship, so I can get away if I need to," Victoria demanded frankly. She turned her face to hide the few escaping tears. Amel wrapped his arm around her, gently rubbing her back. "I'm different," she said. "I can't wait for the next big screw-up. If I leave, my family can go on, make something up to tell the neighbors." It took all her strength to hold back the flood of emotion that was overwhelming her. "I'll help you, but you should talk to your mother first," Amel said, still holding her. "No, I can't do that to her. She can barely manage her own demons without thinking her daughter's a freak." Her eyes fell. A hole had formed in her stomach that was painfully cold. "All right, I'll teach you, but we should get back now," he said gently, helping her to her feet. Shuddering, she hastily wiped tears from her face and let out a gaspy breath. She bit her lower lip, refusing to make eye contact. "Thank you." She smoothed her dress, unsure of why she'd been so open with him, but also glad that she had. "I really appreciate it. Let's go." It was as if a weight had been lifted from